Hey guys, welcome to 11.2, Multiplying and Dividing Rational Expressions, Part 2. In Part 2, we are going to deal with dividing rational expressions, and we are going to simplify complex fractions. Remember, fractions are your friends. And Mr. Urzo has another reminder. So let's look at, we're dealing with dividing fractions. Before we start throwing variables in there, when we have 5 twelfths divided by 5 halves, all we need to remember, we keep the first one, we change the operation, and we flip the fraction. Keep, change, flip. And now you can look and see, what can I reduce, what can I cancel out? 2 and 12 can reduce to 1 and 6, and our 5s are going to cancel out, and so this simply reduces to 1 over 6. So we're going to use that same approach as we deal with these rational expressions. We're going to use the exact same process though. So problem number 4 is dividing rational expressions. We have x over x plus y divided by xy over x plus y. So we keep the first one, we change the operation, and we flip the second fraction. So now we have an x and an x plus y on top, an x plus y and an xy on the bottom. So the x plus y's cancel out, and the x's cancel out, and we are left with 1 over y. Okay. Letter B, 4x plus 8. Well, we can reduce that. We do 4 times the quantity x plus 2 over 2 times the quantity 3x minus 5. We are going to change our operation, and now we flip our fraction. So 9x minus 15, we can factor out a 3 from that, so we have 3x minus 5. And we can factor the other portion of that, which is going to be x plus 4 and x plus 2. And now let's look to see what can cancel. Well, we've got the 3x minus 5s cancel out. X plus 2 cancels out. We've got a 12. We've got a 2. And we've got an x plus 4. 12 over 2, can that be reduced? That's going to reduce to 6. So we've got 6 over the quantity x plus 4. And that is our reduced form. Letter C, x squared minus 36, difference of perfect squares, special case, x plus 6, x minus 6. Over, we can factor out a 9. We're left with x minus 2. Change our operation and flip the fraction. And we're going to factor it right away. We've got x plus 7 and x minus 2. We've got x plus 6 in the denominator. So let's look to see what cancels. X plus 6's, those cancel out. X minus 2 cancels out. And we're left with x minus 6 times the quantity x plus 7 over 9. And you guys can just leave it in that form. We do not need you to FOIL it. Next up, 25x squared minus 36. 5x minus 6 times 5x plus 6 over 56x. Change our operation. Flip the fraction. 8x over 5x minus 6. 5x minus 6's cancel out. 8x is gone. Reduces to 7 in the denominator. Reduces to 7 in the denominator, and we are left with 5x plus 6 over 7. Okay, problem number 5, dividing a rational expression by a polynomial. Same thing as when we dealt with it in problem 3, where x minus 1 is over 1, so we just need to flip that fraction. X minus 1 is now in the denominator. We can factor x squared minus 2x plus 1 as minus 1, x minus 1, and x minus 1. And x squared plus 2 is just that. We can't factor it at all. So the x minus 1's cancel out. We're left with an x minus 1 over x squared plus 2. And that is all we need to do on that one. Okay. Letter B. 8x cubed minus 8x. We can factor an 8x out of that. And we're left with x squared minus 1, which we can reduce into x plus 1 and x minus 1 over, we've got a 4x. Change our operation, or flip the fraction. We've got an x plus 4, x plus 1. And now let's look to cancel out. We've got x plus 1s are going to cancel. And 8x over 4x is going to reduce to just a 2. And it looks like that's all we can cancel. So we've got a 2 times the quantity x minus 1 over the quantity x plus 4. Okay. Last part.
Let's have some fun.
Problem 6. Simplifying a complex fraction. So, we've got a complex fraction is simply something that has a fraction in the numerator and a fraction in the denominator. And it is the same process that we just dealt with. So we can rewrite that as 1 over x plus 4. Change the operation to multiplication. We can factor 2x plus 8. We can bring a 2 out of it. So we're going to have 2 times the quantity x plus 4. And it's all over 2x squared. Our x plus 4's cancel out. And our 2's cancel out. And we are left with 1 over x squared. All right, now we've got letter B. Rewrite our first part, 1 over x plus 4 times the quantity. X squared minus 16, difference of perfect squares, x plus 4, x minus 4, over x minus 3. One of our x plus 4's cancel out, and we're left with x minus 4 over x minus 3. Letter C, 1 over x minus 3. Change the operation, flip the fraction, x minus 3 over 3. X minus 3's are going to cancel out, and it reduces to 1 over 3. And now my class, that whole sine, cosine, tangent joke is going to make sense because you're dividing complex fractions. See you all in class.